I'm going to do a terrific show today, and I'm going to help people because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
93.9 The River. This is Darren here with you in the studio. It is time for my Humans in Tune segment today, and I have a very special guest in the studio. It's a friend of mine, Austin Bollinger, who has recently published his book, Crush Your Goals. Welcome, Austin.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, I am very excited about this book. You know, I know it's been a work in progress for you, and you finally got it published. It was last month when this book came out.
Yep.
And the book is titled Crush Your Goals. As we look at the front cover of this, and we'll have, along with the live show now on social media and on the podcast, I'll have the link to the book so you guys can go check that out. It is available on Amazon. But your quote across the top here says, "Goals aren't about being perfect. They're about being better than you were before." And I think that really explains a lot about what you've tried to accomplish with the book. So why don't you kind of fill us in on where your inspiration for writing this came from?
Yeah, absolutely. So this book has been a few years in the making, and it all started in 2017 before I even thought about writing a book. I was in the gym working out completely by myself in the morning, and everybody that I talked to kind of out in the community, out and about, family, friends, you know, what have you, were all talking about how they were going to tackle those goals when New Year's resolution season came around, you know, January 1st. And I'm like, but it's October. It's the middle of October. Why are we putting all this stuff off? You could easily start today. So I had this idea that what if every day, what if we just kind of psyched ourselves out and said tomorrow's New Year's Day, take that motivational high we get from New Year's and channel that into every day. So I came up with the blog, dailynewyears.com, and I started blogging about that concept. I started exploring goal setting strategies, motivation strategies, and all these different things. And I don't know, after a year of writing that, I thought, you know, I might have enough to say to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be stretching it to write a 150-page book or something. It ended up being 340 pages. So it took a year, but here we are.
Yeah, and it's awesome, man. I think it is the reference of, you know, waiting for January 1st to make a change in your life. You know, I blame the Romans. Thanks for the calendar. But, you know, it is amazing to think of how many different holidays motivate us to do things as we think towards the end of the year. And Christmas is like, oh, I got to get in shape because, you know, Thanksgiving's coming. I'm going to be bloating up, or, you know, I'm going to wait till New Year's because all the holiday stuff and everything else. It's like, hey, do it tomorrow. And it's not, you know, just about making changes in your life physically. It's you know, maybe you want to do more at work. Maybe you want to make yourself more valuable to your employer. Maybe you're trying to shoot for a promotion. Maybe you're wanting to start your own business, or maybe you want to write your own book. You know, like me, Darren's Funny Jokes 101, now available on jokeyjoke.com. But real quick, too, the website, crushyourgoalsbook.com. If you head to the website, that's where you can pick up a copy of the book as well as on Amazon. One of the things you've done with this book, besides, you know, it's not just you're not just preaching to people.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to do with this
book.
book.
It's a conversation. It's a side-by-side. It's a walk with Austin, and he's a nice guy, so he's easy to walk with, and he's easy to talk to, but it's easy to read. The book is really very conversational, and one thing that you've done is alongside the book is you provided a workbook.
Yeah, absolutely. So the workbook is also available on Amazon for purchase if you want the paperback, but the worksheets are completely free via PDF. So when you get the Kindle version or the paperback, you can download the 29 different worksheets, print them out, because this book was really designed not to be a cover-to-cover weekend read.
Mm-hmm.
Though I've had a couple people tell me that's what they've done. One friend of mine read it in one night, but I don't recommend approaching it that way. So really, it's a comprehensive book on goal setting from start to finish, from A to Z. Getting started with the proper mindset. The resolution mindset is kind of procrastination and I'll wait later.
Right.
So we kind of have to rebuild that. So all the way through mindset to, there's 4 sections, and the 4th one is dealing with difficulties. Because I always tell people, goal setting is not all sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be trials and tribulations. There's going to be struggles along the way, and that's okay. And I want to help people overcome those too. So these worksheets go with each chapter, and it's really meant to read chapter 1, do the worksheets, do some self-assessment. If you want, take 1 chapter per week, and you're going to be done in 3 months. And that sounds like a long time, but here we are 3 months into the year. Well,
yeah,
2
more or
months
less.
More or less. And I'm already starting to see people kind of saying, yeah, my resolutions failed.
Right.
I'm even seeing my website traffic. It was building from October to December.
Uh-huh.
And then January was my all-time high, and February was half the traffic.
Uh-huh.
So, people aren't even looking for the content as much
Yeah.
here in March.
Well, I think it's important, like you said, to take time to digest it. Work through the worksheets and do those self-assessments, and and not try to eat it all at once. Think of it like a good meal. You take the bite, chew it slowly, you enjoy the flavor, you get to know the food, and then you swallow it and you move on. Kind of the same thing with digesting the book, and so it gives you time to do those self-assessments and really reflect on what you've learned. Because ultimately, you want this to be a tool that helps you to achieve those goals. And, it's not a short fuse kind of thing. You don't just kick the tires and next day you're, vice president of your department, or next day your book's written and published. So get the book and take the time, download the worksheets, and really use it as a tool, because that's what it's designed to do. It's like Austin sitting in your back seat, cheering you on and giving you direction and helping you to stay focused and do those kind of things. I think it's great. It's step by step. It's simple to read. It's easy to digest, and I hope that people check it out, man. It's a great way to get motivated, and especially if you find yourself, you've just been kind of circling the drain or spinning your wheels. Use this tool and use the Crush Your Goals book to get to that next step.
Absolutely. I appreciate you saying all that. I really want this book to help people. I've been telling everybody this book is in no way about me. It's about you and what you're going to do with the content. So that's all I was trying to do, is give people kind of the vehicle to carry them forward with whatever it is they're wanting to do, whether that's professional, health, or fitness. It could be spiritual, religious. A lot of people have spiritual goals. It could be friendship and relationship goals. Whatever those things are, this book was designed to help you break it down and crush it.
Yep, and crush it, and that's exactly it. And you don't have to be, the kind of person that wants to take over the world, but if you want to take over your own life, this is a great way to do it. And, I've known you for, 7 years now or so, and, we were coworkers for a long time, and I watched you evolve and develop as a professional in the work that we did. And, I think of you back in those young whippersnapper days when you first started with Element back in the day, and
before
where
the beard.
before the beard, that's right. And to see where you've come with that, and I think your life and your progression is a testimony to what you've written is good stuff.
Well,
so,
I appreciate it, man.
You're an awesome human, dude. I thank you for coming in. It is 93.9 The River, Humans in Tune with Darren Bergfeld and my guest Austin Bollinger, author of Crush Your Goals. Thanks again, Austin.
Yeah, thank you, and have a great day.
It's Humans in Tune on 93.9 The River. Be sure to check out our website for all the additional content that we as DJs are producing. You can see our podcast. Just head over to 939river.com, click the On Air tab, and look for the podcasts.